Want to know where you're headed in this life? Well, I'm here to tell you all about your life path planet based on astrology. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Hannah and welcome back, Cosmic Warriors. Before we do dive in, if you want to learn more about astrology, then make sure to check out the Cosmic Check-In podcast, and you can book a reading with me by going to hannahselsewhere.com. I hope you enjoy the video. Let's do this. Okay, so before we start, I want to know, where is your first house ruler? Which house is it in your chart? So just to let you know about the first house in astrology, we think about things like titles that were reinforced upon us from a very early age, how we cope, our defense mechanisms, the way we greet new people, the way we approach new situations, how we present ourselves to the world, our physical body, our physical appearance, our mannerisms, and our earliest childhood experiences. And of course, your life path, your direction. Where are you headed in this lifetime? We start from the first house, from our rising sign, and it is the rising sign that is situated within your first house. And so it is the ruler of your rising sign that is known as your chart ruler. Though in the case of Scorpio, Aquarius, and Pisces, you have two chart rulers, a modern day ruler and a traditional ruler. And so today we're going to focus on your ruler / your lord, okay, ruler, lord, as a representation of your life path. Where are you headed in this life? The first house. If your ruler is situated in your first house, this is about your personal journey. This is about yourself, okay? Yourself, your identity, to think about where you're headed in this life and what you truly wish to achieve. You are all about your aims, your goals. Perhaps you were independent from a young age, or you embrace new chapters, new beginnings, which can depend on the planet and sign. Still, you may be concerned about your looks, about appearances, maybe first impressions mean a lot to you, and your childhood experiences stay with you greatly. The second house, so if your chart ruler is situated within your second, money, materials, and stability, very, very important to you. Accumulating enough resources and being able to provide for yourself and for your family. To think about how you can build wealth for the future. And this then makes you feel secure. Okay, this makes you feel safe knowing that you have plenty, or like there is some reliability and stability in your life. Naturally, how stability plays out depends on the planet and the sign, but still there is also this big focus on your skills and your talents and how they can be shown, how they can even make you money. You appreciate your comforts and pleasures. The third house. Okay, so with your chart ruler in the third, education matters to you and plays a major role in your decision making and your life choices. You like communicating with all kinds of people, and you're very open to interesting and engaging discussions, conversations. Now, how you communicate, yes, depends on the planet and the sign. You might even strive to become a writer, a teacher, or an active researcher. Short trips and movement also just motivate you when it comes to your life path. Perhaps you have relocated more than once. You seek to feel like a part of a smaller community. The fourth house. Okay, so with the chart ruler being in the fourth, your family strongly shapes you directly or indirectly. Perhaps you are a family-oriented person, quite close to your family, or you value family. And even if you go on to create your own family or you choose not to raise a family, there is this foundation, okay? The foundation underneath that supports you. Whilst there are those of you who don't really consider yourself to be family orientated, because yes, it does depend on the planet and the sign, you might still prefer your home comforts, your private time, your private space. Setting down roots could very well be a part of your mission in this lifetime, and you appreciate your history, your heritage, and your homeland. The fifth house. So with the first house ruler being in the fifth, this chart ruler, it is so important to you that you have a creative outlet. Your creativity means everything to you, or perhaps a big goal of yours is to have a child or to find a romantic partner who really, really gets you. You may be in love with love, and you also love to entertain yourself and just have a fun time, a good time. There is so much joy you can get from your hobbies. Now, I know for me in my chart, using the Placidus system, the chart ruler Mercury is in the fifth, and I can see these parts of myself. Still, your attitudes towards things like children, romance, and fun depends on the planet and the sign. The sixth house. So with the chart ruler being in the sixth, your routines and your daily habits are a big key focus. So how you start up at the beginning of the day and how you wind down at the end of the day, perhaps you really need a process, and your work is perhaps massively important to you. Naturally, the line of work depends on the planet and the sign. Routines can also depend on these things, but there is still something here about being of service, helping others, being productive, achieving your daily targets, performance reports, updates, managing your stress levels. Working out might also be a priority, or taking care of your health, eating well too. In my chart, using the whole sign system, the chart ruler Mercury is in the sixth, and I definitely relate to everything I just said. I hope you are enjoying this video so far, and if you are, please be sure to subscribe and give it a like just to let me know that you're finding it to be helpful. Moving on to the seventh house. So with the first house ruler, this chart ruler being in the seventh, okay, you tend to focus a great deal on your one-to-one relationships and partnerships. You appreciate the feedback you receive from others, and maybe the opinions and the views of others can really influence you. You seek to be liked. Then again, this could also show up as you being disagreeable, challenging others, others challenging you, but doing so quite diplomatically, especially from your view. It does also depend now on the planet and the sign, but essentially collaborations are quite a big focus here, right? They play a big role in your life. Or maybe it's that you seek to get married or find the one. And you know what? You could also get into law or business, enterprise, things like that. Again, the planet and the sign play a role. The eighth house. So with the chart ruler being in the eighth, you tend to keep to yourself and you do not give too much away. You are a very deep and investigative person. You can get to the core of any subject or area. Perhaps you're even a natural healer or a guide, or a part of your life path is going to therapy or helping others in therapy. Paying off your debts is also important, a big priority. Maybe you receive an inheritance at some point in your life and that really changes you, or you go on to work with large sums of money, right? Within a management role, perhaps. Now, this naturally does depend on the planet and the sign. The ninth house. So with the first house ruler being in the ninth, travel is so important. You like to explore new and exciting destinations. Also, getting a higher education might be at the top of your list. Perhaps you have many qualifications, or it's that you go on to join a lot of different training courses and classes. You have done some pretty intense training programs that actually teach you so much about life experiences. They open you up to new worlds. And your beliefs are also very important to you. They play a major role in your life and how you present yourself, how they shape you just so strongly. The kinds of beliefs you have, of course, does depend on the planet and the sign. Still, perhaps you are a seeker, an explorer, a teacher, or a believer. The 10th house. So with the chart ruler being in the 10th, your career path is one of your number one priorities in this lifetime. Determined and driven, you have been ambitious, maybe from a pretty young age. Perhaps you knew exactly what you wanted to be when you grew up. And so you followed that path, you dedicated yourself to that path. The career or the vocation naturally depends on the planet and the sign. Even your attitudes towards these things depends on the planet and sign. But there certainly is this calling element, a striving to accomplish great things whilst being respected for your hard work, your dedication, and your efforts. Maybe becoming known as one of the greats. The 11th house. Okay, so with this first house ruler, the chart ruler being in the 11th, community is a big focus in your life. And whilst the type of community or your attitudes towards community really depends on the planet and the sign, well, this is certainly about togetherness. This is about uniqueness, thinking for yourself whilst also being a part of something, right? Something that's bigger than yourself, to join within a group, within the collective. You might even start a club, a group, a movement, a cause, a charity, or maybe you find so much purpose being with like minds who are pushing, you're all pushing towards this common goal. And the 12th house, so with the chart ruler being located in the 12th, you are truly an enigma. Many people do not get you or understand you. You can be rather mysterious. You might also keep to yourself quite a bit, just really depends. I mean, especially here, if there is this wild fire sign of Sagittarius on the rising and then Jupiter is in the 12th, it's almost like people find you difficult to read at times. Like so much of your personality is kept hidden, or like people just can't fully get you. Until, of course, you feel safe enough to open up, to show just how sensitive you are. My goodness, you have amazing insights to offer others. Maybe a big part of your life path is focus more behind the scenes, okay? So roles or positions, jobs that require your identity to be hidden. Such matters naturally depends on the planet and the sign. Still, you appreciate your solitude and your time alone, being able to retreat and recharge. I really hope that this video has helped you understand your first house ruler that little bit more. And if you have found it to be helpful, you can always buy me a coffee. Stay tuned for more, and I will catch you in the next one.